In this slide, we will be presenting about the role of the chairperson, which will be presented by Liana Safia, Putri Isma Ainurin, Umi Esharizal, Muhammad Muhaimim, and lastly Said Muhammad Hazi. For the content list, there will be 5 phases that we will be explaining about the role of the chairperson in the meeting. So before we start the presentation, who is actually the chairperson? So a chairperson is the person chosen or appointed to lead, organize and manage a meeting, committee or organization. So the chairperson role is to guide discussion, maintain order and ensure that the objectives of the meeting are achieved. Now let's start the presentation with the first phase, which is before the meeting. So first of all, in this phase, the chairperson role is to preparing the agenda. So what will the chairperson do at this phase? So the chairperson is responsible for drafting a clear and structured agenda before the meeting begins. Second, notifying members. So how will the chairperson notify the member? So once the agenda is ready, the chairperson must notify all members about the meeting details, which is date, time, venue, and purpose. Thirdly, reviewing previous minutes. So why would the chairperson reviewing the previous meetings? Like, what is it for? So before the meeting, the chairperson should carefully review the minutes before the previous meeting, which this helps in identifying unfinished business, pending tasks or issue that requires follow-up. Now, this is the last step for this phase, which is preparing document and resources. So why this phase is crucial in the meeting? So the chairperson should gather all document, reports and data that will be needed for discussion, which copies of important material should be prepared in advance for distribution to participants, either in print or digital form. So that's all for this phase. Now I will pass the presentation to Umi Aisha.
For the starting the meeting, the chairperson have to calling the meeting and must officially start the meeting at the scheduled time by calling it order promptly, ensure punctuality and discipline are maintained. And 2 point is more explanation. And next, number 2, welcoming and introducing. The chairperson have to begin by warmly welcoming all participants, setting a positive and respectful tone that help create a comfortable atmosphere discussion. Number 3, explaining the objective. The chairperson have to clearly explain the main purpose of the meeting so participants understand why it had to be called and what is expected to be achieved. Last but not least is that the chairperson have to setting ground rules and establish clear expectation on time management, reminding members to keep their comment concise and ensuring the meeting runs according to schedule.
Now I'm going to explain the role of chairperson during the meeting. Firstly, to guiding discussion according agenda. This to prevent the meeting from drifting into unrelated issue and help participants focus on the key matters. A well-guided discussion also allows the meeting to be completed on time. Next, chairperson must actively encourage participation by inviting everyone, especially from members who are less vocal. This ensures that ideas are not limited to only few individuals. Equal participation builds teamwork, increases engagement, and result in better decision making. Chairperson also need to know how to manage conflicts and keeping order. By resolving dispute calmly and ensuring respectful communication, can maintain order throughout the discussion. This creates a safe environment where members feel comfortable expressing their view. Lastly, chairperson need to ensure decisions are made fairly and clearly to avoid misunderstanding and helps members feel confident in the outcome. When decisions are made clearly, the group is more likely to accept and commit to the agreed action.
Closing and after the meeting. Summarizing the key points and decision made. At the end of a meeting, it's important to recap what has been discussed so that everyone lives with the same understanding. Assigning tasks for responsibility to members. Meeting should end with clear task distribution so there is accountability. Closing the meeting formally and thanking participants. A polite and professional closing helps maintain respect and appreciation. Reviewing and approving meeting minutes for future reference. Minutes of the meeting act as the official record of decision, so they must be reviewed and approved.
Okay, now I will explain about the qualities of a good chairperson. There will be 4 points I will explain here, which is strong leadership and decision-making skills, good communication and listening abilities, fairness and impartiality, and the last one is ability to manage time effectively. For every point, there will be some strength and risk. And for the first point is strong leadership and decision-making skills. Here's some of the strengths. The first one is a good chairperson must lead with authority and confidence, guiding decisions toward the meeting objective. Next, for the second point is good communication and listening abilities. Here are the strengths and lists. The strength is clear communication prevents misunderstanding, and active listening shows respect and allows all members to feel valued. Now, for the strength and risk, for fairness and impartiality, the strength is promotes trust and cooperation among members. Now for the last point is ability to manage time effectively. The strength is keeps meeting on track and ensure all agenda points are discussed.